As you prepare to be able to make your desk or chair in SketchUp, you're going to need your measurements. If you don't have these original layouts on the grid paper, you can also look at the pictures you took of the grid layout and upload it to the Google Classroom. It should be in your Google Drive. So what you're going to need is you're going to need to know overall dimensions and where you put the notches in. If it's not noted on your graph paper layout, it may be you could also measure your model and kind of figure out where you made those notches. So these are the legs of my project, and I know that this side, the overall side, is 34 inches and the width of it is 5 inches. I also know where my notches are located. So if I count up from the bottom here to this top notch, it's 13 inches. If I look at the top here and count to this notch, it's 2 inches. So I'm writing this down on the outside so that I don't have to count. Maybe I can kind of zoom in a little bit more there. The other thing we have to think about is the thickness of the material. The material is 3/4 inch plywood. So 3/4 is written 3 and a slash with a 4 inches, or it can also be written with the decimal point, 0.75 inches. Whatever you feel more comfortable with is up to you. So I have to, if my thickness of my wood is going to be 3/4 of an inch, I have to account for that in my notch. And so I have to leave a gap here of 3/4 of an inch. And I also have to know how deep that slot is going to go. In this case, the slot is, we could call it 2 inches. So we could say 2 inches deep. And the slot at the top is also 2 inches deep. So this part here is going to be 3/4 of an inch, and the slot is also 2 inches deep in this direction. You can see here, 1, 2 inches deep to there, and this one is also 2 inches deep. It's just on the other side from that one because I'm going to have a piece that's going to slide in here and lock together. So once you have one of these measurements, that's all you really need. We can make copies of these when we model just one of them in SketchUp. But you will also need to know some of your other measurements. So make sure that you go through and you know the distances, the width, and the depth of your pieces and any detail that you need to know.